Well, it feels good to be back, guys, and hopefully it feels good to be back for you guys also. This is LB's response to episode number 74. Been over a month since the last episode, and yeah, guys, let's get right into this week's questions. So this is officially the first video filmed in about a month or so, it'll take a little getting used to, I guess. If I feel a little off in this video, that is why. But nonetheless, guys, let's get into it. We got a few questions for this week. If I don't answer them in today's video, be sure to leave your questions down below for next week, and I'll go ahead and answer them next week, since this should be coming back as a weekly series every Wednesday starting now. So yeah, guys, let's get into it. We have from Alexander Rutten. He has a very long question, but I'll kind of summarize it up. I'll put the comment on the screen if you guys want to read it, but he pretty much says, do you think Star Wars character packs would be a good idea? So kind of like the fine line between like a CMF and like a battle pack. So they kind of did these back in the day. They kind of had a few. I'll put them up on the screen. I think one had like a Scout Trooper, Luke Skywalker, and Chewbacca. One had a couple battle droids, I believe a commander droid, a security droid, and a regular droid, and there might have been one more. I think there was 3 total, but they did those back in the day, so it was pretty much 3 minifigures and like little stands, I guess, for, I believe they were $7 back in the day. So I know for a fact they were no more than $10, but I think they were $6.99 back in, I think, 2001, I think they came out. So pretty much if I think they should do those again, and of course my answer would be yes, man. So I think anything, you know, that we can get from LEGO Star Wars that just is more generous to the fans to get minifigures, I think would be appreciated, since even with some of the drama going around, you know, LEGO minifigures to the moon, and you know, retired minifigures going up in value and stuff, and getting very hard to army build stuff these days. So I definitely think character packs would be pretty fun, especially with some maybe the different species. I've always kind of vouched for this and said maybe a Gungan battle pack, but in this case maybe a character pack, and same with like the Wookiees, Geonosians, and all that type of stuff. So I definitely think it would be pretty cool, and I'm definitely, it's got my vote if they ever do another poll or something for that type of stuff. But let's move on to the next one, guys. We have from Collector Empire _KM. He says, what buildable character do you want LEGO to make next? So they haven't made a buildable character in a while, I believe, unless you're talking about the kind of like the Baby Yoda, the Grogu, the regular Yoda, the BB-8. And I guess at that point, I think really all I can say is maybe like a C-3PO. You know, I mean, we haven't seen any larger scale C-3PO ever since the Technic one back in like 2003 or whatever, but very wonky. That thing does not look good. Someone was willing to sell me that thing for like $15 like a month ago, and I still passed up on it. It was just one of those things where it looks bad. I mean, aside from like being like a completionist, which I mean I kind of am, I should have probably picked it up. It would have been like $20 shipped or whatever, but I think a C-3PO in the new form to go with either the UCS RTT2 or, you know, just the smaller ones, or like the Droid Boost scale, like something like that, where I know it's going to be, it's probably going to be every bit of $100 because they're, of course, going to have to build taller. It would be a lot skinnier, I feel, but they could build taller and even do like a $120 buildable character of C-3PO. So that's definitely what has my vote right now. And let's move on to the next one, guys. We have from Sean Dubai, I think. He says, ask LBS, how do you feel about the LEGO modular police station? So I like it. I'm a big fan of all the modulars. You know, there's really not too many of those bigger LEGO sets, you know, whether it's Creator Expert or the Technic sets or any of that type of stuff that I don't like. I mean, all of it has its own, you know, kind of spot in the LEGO realm of things, you know, for AFOLs or TFOLs or, you know, older, you know, people or younger people, and, you know, kind of all different demographics and stuff. And I like all the modulars. I would definitely get them all if I had the space. It would probably be one of those things where, quite frankly, I would probably keep it sealed in the box for a while if I were to ever buy one. Of course, if I find a good deal on it, you know, say $40–50, of course we'll pick it up. But I really do like it. And I think it's pretty cool. Not the best modular over the years, but again, for the right price, I'll buy anything. And I've got no hatred towards it, even for the, I believe, $200 it is now. So yeah, let's move on to the next one, guys. Moving on to CD Lego. He says, do you think it's about time to get more Force Awakens and Rogue One sets? If not, when? So I was kind of thinking about this actually, because I've got a video coming out, I believe next Thursday, pretty much going over my honest 2022 Winter Wave LEGO Star Wars predictions. So I was kind of thinking about it, you know, when is like the anniversary of like Rogue One or Force Awakens? And actually, as of this Christmas, you know, this December, it would be 5 years, actually no, 6 years since Force Awakens, and 5 years since Rogue One. So going into 2022, there's definitely an opportunity for them to go back and do possibly possibly some Rogue One stuff. I think Lego hopefully knows that Rogue One was a lot more sought after than Force Awakens. Some of those sets of minifigures go for crazy money. Death Troopers are like $13, $15 a piece. Force Awakens, of course, I feel like would be better in the regards, a little bit something different. Rogue One kind of mixes in with the original trilogy stuff, and as everyone kind of says, there is a lot of original trilogy stuff on a yearly basis. So I think Force Awakens would definitely probably give a little bit more variety, as long as they don't just remake stuff. And if they were to make like a playset Star Killer or like a UCS Star Killer, I definitely see them possibly doing that. But other than that, I don't really see too much from Force Awakens I would like personally. But Rogue One, I liked all the sets 5 years ago. And if they did a remake or more Rogue One, most importantly, Imperial minifigures, Death Troopers and Shore Troopers again, I would not be against that. So thank you for the question, man. Let's move on to the next one. So then we've actually got 2 more questions. The next one is from Darth Jar Jar 007. He says, why do people participate in something like sending minifigs to the moon? It's not like the minifigs itself are worth that, but they're artificially raised in price. That's not economics, that's a scam. So, very good question, I guess, very good. Although, again, I don't agree with that. A scam is if you don't receive something, if you pay for something and don't receive it, or someone charges you an additional price that is not what you're supposed to be charged. But I do have a video coming out. Actually, let's see, guys. So LBS, let's see, 74 is coming out now on Saturday, guys. So 3 days from now. I've been working on it a little bit. I'll try to make it as good as I can, and I'll give my full explanation of my side to the whole Lego Minifigures to the Moon drama that is dropping Saturday. I've already got the thumbnail made, and pretty much my whole side, my whole take on it, and what it truly means. And kind of what's happening with it. But yeah, that's coming out Saturday. So thank you for the question, and everyone stay tuned for Saturday, guys. Moving on, guys, to Arthur G. He says, how much is your collection worth? So I don't really know an exact figure, but kind of a number I've always kind of thrown around in my head that I would accept for my collection. If someone wanted to buy everything in my basement right now, I would at this current point, including like shelving, all my pieces, all the minifigures, every sealed set, every open set, I would probably comfortably take, if someone offered me $75,000, I would take it. I would not hesitate. I would take it. I don't know if that's lowballing. I don't know if that's a little bit of a highball. I'm not too sure. I mean, if you guys just do the math, I mean, I've already spent, what? Again, my Bricklink store is worth, I think, $13,000 right now. I've spent like $5,000 in the past couple months. I've of course been collecting for like 8 years, so I would assume that'd probably be right on the money. Maybe a little bit of a highball if anything, but I would take 75 grand for the entire basement. So if anyone is interested, be sure to hit me up in the DMs and we can work something out. But nonetheless, guys, let's move on to the last question. He says, ask LBS best and worst high school memories. So yeah, with that, there's really no bad high school memories. I'm being honest. I've said this before. I probably say it a little too much. I probably think about it a little too much. But my entire high school career, from beginning of freshman year, first day of freshman year, to my last day senior year, going all the way up until graduation, that whole summer after, perfect. Not one thing bad about it. There was never, of course, there was some of the little petty drama and stuff, like with friends and stuff and girls I'm talking to, and vice versa and stuff like that, little drama stuff. But at the end of the day, nothing was ever like truly bad. Since I always woke up, I always went to bed excited for the next day, and that's just the truth of the matter. Like, I had the time of my life in high school. Probably not the the best thing to always think about, but truthfully, no bad memories. And the best memory, truthfully, is the fact it happened, guys. So if you guys are going into high school, or say freshman now or a sophomore now, even a junior, just make the most of it. Not everyone always discloses this, but believe me, when you leave high school, no matter how it treated you, no matter what you did in high school, you will at some point in your life miss those days. Even if it's not the straight up memories of other people there or doing the schoolwork, of course, the fact of that time in your life is definitely just something you'll never ever have in your life again. Like, literally, like, it's not elementary school, it's not middle school, it's high school, like, where you're becoming an adult, everyone's kind of treating you like an adult, you have a lot more freedom, and you still pretty much are like right on that line of like, you guys are doing anything you really can and anything you really want, and there's still really no boundaries. There's no like adult responsibilities when you're a junior, you know what I mean? But like, you kind of pretty much are an adult, and even those couple years after, which I'm kind of in right now, you virtually can pretty much do whatever you want. So no bad memories, and everything was a good memory. But my advice for everyone, make the most of it. Don't just let it fly by. Don't just sit there and always think down about it. There's always a positive there, and believe me, like, do whatever it takes and have a good time there, since you will eventually miss it. I can guarantee you that. Let's move on to the second part of his question, guys. He says, if you weren't into Lego, what would you be doing right now? Thanks and love your content. So at this current point, if I've never been into Lego, if I never got into Lego 10 years ago, my initial dreams were either to become a teacher or a cop. So I assume probably either of those. And if I were to like quit Lego, like say I just like completely fell out of love with it like a year ago, I probably would have been a carpenter. And then at this current point, probably something to do entrepreneur wise that's not Lego. I can't really think offhand, but you know, something like you know, I probably wouldn't be able to do it right this second, so I don't really have the capital to do so, but you know, I've always wanted to do that exotic car rental dealership. But nonetheless, guys, thank you guys all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your questions down below. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video, which is actually the Lego minifigures to the moon drama video. Stay tuned for that, guys, and I'll see you guys all then. Bye, guys.